Chris Mckenzies Vegetable of the Week. The Bodacious Brussel.
I wasn't ready again.
You wasn't even there.
No, I wasn't.
I mean, it's not like you even made an attempt to put your face up to the microphone then, was it really?
No, not really.
To be honest.
Okay. Stop being so grumpy, will you? I'm fed up with it.
So rubbish.
All day.
Chris Mckenzies Vegetable of the Week. The Bodacious Brussel. And what interesting facts have you got for us about Chris Mckenzies Bodacious Brussel this morning, Justin?
Well, Chris Mckenzies Bodacious Brussels.
Brussels
sprouts
along that's an interesting fact.
Brussels sprouts, along with the cabbage, cauliflower and Swedes, are from the cruciferous family. They are all rich in antioxidants and are believed to reduce the risk of lung and colon cancers.
Ah, well. Forerunners to modern Brussels sprouts were likely cultivated in ancient Rome. Brussels sprouts, as we now know them, were grown possibly as early as the 13th century in what is now Belgium.
Yes.
Because Brussels is in Belgium.
I was going to use that.
Well, you can't, because I just did.
Okay, the form we are familiar with...
Justin?
Yes.
Your microphone's there, not down there.
All right. Yeah, okay, I'm right there, all right.
That's
okay.
Better. Yes, okay.
Right, I'll put it up a bit. Okay. It's hard to see, you see.
The first written reference dates...
Hang on, it's my turn. You've had yours.
I've not finished.
I don't care.
The first written reference dates to 1587.
Great.
During the 16th century, they enjoyed a popularity in the southern Netherlands that eventually spread throughout the cooler parts of northern Europe.
Yes. Okay, well, I'll move on a bit from mine then.
Yeah, sure.
They actually came to America in the 1800s and to California...
By themselves?
And to California in the early 1900s. There are less than 3,000 acres on the California Central Coast that supply nearly all the country's Brussels sprouts needs from June through to January.
Ah. Brussels sprouts grow in heat ranges of 7 to 24 degrees centigrade, that's 45 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit, with highest yields at the 15 to 18 degrees centigrade.
Yes. The total annual production of Brussels sprouts in the US is almost £70 million.
Fields are ready for harvest 90 to 180 days after planting.
The Brussels sprouts...
The edible sprouts grow like buds,
I'm
not finished, in helical patterns along the side of long, thick stalks of approximately 60 to 120 centimetres in height.
Brussels sprouts are very popular in Great Britain. They grow about 6 times as many of them as the US.
Maturing over several weeks from the lowest to the upper part of the stalk. I've finished now.
Oh, blimey. Thank God for that. Choose small, firm, compact heads with tight-fitting leaves that are bright green in colour. Avoid yellow or wilted leaves and large puffy heads. Avoid those with black spots and holes in the leaves. Avoid sprouts with a strong odour.
So a compacted head Brussel is a good Brussel?
Indeed.
So if your head's compact, you have a good Brussel on your hands.
Yes.
Sprouts may be picked by hands into baskets, in which case several harvests are made of 5 to 15 sprouts at a time, or by cutting the entire stalk at once for processing, or by mechanical harvester, depending on variety.
When storing Brussels sprouts, keep them wrapped in the refrigerator for up to 2 days. Do not wash until ready to use.
Yeah, okay.
Your turn.
Each stalk, this is an interesting fact, each stalk can produce 1.1 to 1.4 kilograms. That's 2.4 to 3.1 pounds, although the commercial yield is approximately 900 grams, 2 pounds per stalk. In the home garden, Brussels sprouts are sweetest after a good stiff frost. Excuse me, that was quite short.
Yeah, was
it? And it was an interesting fact.
Okay, sorry.
Yes. Now apologise.
I just did.
And apologise to the listeners.
No.
Yes.
No.
Apologise.
Sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Have you finished?
Yes.
Right. Brussels sprouts are one of the better vegetable protein sources. Approximately 30% of their calories are from protein.
Brussels sprouts are cultivar, and in the same species that includes cabbage, collard greens, broccoli, kale and kohlrabi. They are cruciferous. They contain good amount of vitamin A, C, folic acid and dietary fibre.
Brussels sprouts do not make a good conker when painted brown.
Yes, they do, if they're mouldy.
No, they don't.
A Brussels sprout a Brussels sprout makes an ideal cabbage for a vole.
Yes, that's very good.
Yes. Okay, more interesting facts coming for you about Chris Mckenzies Bodacious Brussels sprout right after this brand new single by the Noxious Toys and YouTube. Yes, we do have license to play it, and we are PPL licensed anyway. This is their brand new single, Customs.
Stayed a few more days. I've got a bag that's full of baccy and another full of booze. When I get to customs, I bet it's me that they choose. It's getting nearer, so much nearer. It's getting clearer, becoming so much clearer. Walking through the hallway, I'm a baggage reclaim. I really must avoid eye contact as they take their aim. And now I'm feeling guilty, though I've done nothing wrong. I've got my bag and now I'm walking. It won't be long, it's getting nearer, so much nearer. It's getting clearer, becoming so much clearer. Just walk right past her, and as I think I'm almost there, excuse me sir, can I take a look, just a little look? This won't take long, unless there's something wrong. Take a look, just a little look. This won't take long, unless there's something wrong. I open up my bag and then the rotten fucking hag has confiscated everything, even my box of shag. So now I leave the airport with nothing left to say. I'm coming back and I will be back to try another day. It's getting nearer, so much nearer. It's getting clearer, becoming so much clearer.
Chris Mckenzies Vegetable of the Week.
The Bodacious Brussel. Perfect.
Yes, got
Absolutely perfect. And what closing facts have you got for us about Chris Mckenzies Bodacious Brussel? Bustin' Justin.
Yes. Commercial production began in 1925 on the Louisiana Delta.
Did it really?
It did indeed.
What
Is
have
that
you got?
it? Yeah.
All right. Production of Brussels sprouts in the United States began in the 18th century, which you already mentioned, when French settlers brought them to Louisiana. Thomas Jefferson grew them in Monticello. The first plantings in California's Central Coast began in the 1920s, with significant production beginning in the 1940s.
Did you know, according to a 2002 survey, Brussels sprouts are the most hated vegetable in Britain?
Well, I personally love them. They're my favourite
I like them
vegetable
as
of all
well.
time. Currently, there are several thousand acres planted in coastal areas of San Mateo, Santa Cruz, and Monterey, countries of California, which offer ideal combination of coastal fog and cool temperatures year-round.
Brussels sprouts contain something called sinigrin, a glucosinate that may prevent colon cancer, which I said earlier. But it's the sinigrin that I didn't know about. And that's what it is.
Well, I'll go one step further than that. Brussels sprouts, as with broccoli and other brassicas, contain sulforaphane, a chemical believed to have potent anti-cancer properties.
Right.
Although boiling reduces the level of anti-cancer compounds, steaming, microwaving and stir-frying does not result in significant loss. Now, that is interesting.
It is interesting, isn't it?
You microwave a Brussels, it's better for you than if you boil it.
Yeah, but it would go hard and horrible, wouldn't it, I'd have thought? Have you ever tried a microwave Brussels sprout?
No, but they're quite full of water, so I imagine if you put a bit of cling film over
I
them.
don't know, they're quite dense, aren't they?
I might try that.
Yeah, give it a go. Let us know how you get on.
Also, Brussels sprouts and other brassicas are also a good source of indole-3-carbinol, a chemical which boosts DNA repair in cells and appears to block the growth of cancer cells.
Yeah, that's good.
There you go.
1 cup of Brussels sprouts contains 1,122 IU of vitamin A.
Oh, you are running now, aren't you?
Yeah.
The most common method of preparing Brussels sprouts for cooking begins with the removal of the buds from the stalk. Any surplus stem is cut away, and the surface leaves are loosened by cutting, peeling, and discarded.
No, I'm really running out. The same cup also contains 669 IU of beta-carotene.
Beta carotene,
Yes.
my most favourite of all carotenes.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
They're much better than alpha.
80 to 85% of US production is for the frozen food market, with the remainder for fresh consumption. You're definitely running out.
Yeah,
Do you want to go for a minute?
No, I'd like to say Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
Brussels sprouts with a nice little loop on them make great drop earrings.
Good one. Cut a Brussels sprout in half and hollow it out, and you've got an ideal organic crash helmet for a vole.
Fantastic.
Yes. Okay, that is it from Brussels sprouts. Have you written a song for us this morning, Justin?
Oh, I have indeed.
And what key would you like it in today?
D.
D. D or D minor?
D minor.
Okay.
Cool, now it's a bit high in it.
Yeah.
Can't get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it. That was nicely harmonised.
Do that again.
Nicely
Wasn't
harmonised.
that pleasant?
That was lovely.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we go on with the
We
song?
should do the song.
Yeah, let's go on with the song.
Okay. A one and a two and a 1, 2, 3, 4. The wonderful thing about Chris Mckenzies Bodacious Brussels is Chris Mckenzies Bodacious Brussels and wonderful things.
They're green and hearty and,
And
make you farty. They're wonderful, wonderful things.
I love Brussels sprouts.
So do I.
Another fantastic vegetable will be coming next week. Our vegetable of the week is UB40.